social media. We are Facebook that we recently started a page for the asthma couple. We are on Instagram and we are also on Twitter. So if you would like, feel free to follow us over there. Also, we do have individual vlog channels that we document our day-to-day life. My husband does some podcasts and a few other stuff, and I do some vlogs here and there, like about our daily routine and such stuff. So feel free to follow us on there too, if you're into that kind of stuff. For today's session, I am going to lift your head a little bit, okay? I am going to apply some protein mask, some conditioner, and some hair growing serum into his scalp before I shampoo his hair. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoy this tingles. Video we did today, I was talking about the culture shocks I experienced moving from Africa to Europe. I didn't mention all of them, so I'm gonna be continuing them in this video. So, another culture shock that I experienced moving here was the smoking. I had never in my life actually been in the same room once I got here. I was in so many places with smokers. That was super hard for me because I really just could not inhale the smoke, you know. I just also couldn't understand, you know, how people could smoke like, let's say, a whole pack a day, you know. It was really crazy. That was just the craziest thing I'd ever seen. And the fact that the smoking was so And I'm like, what? And it's still working to today. Yeah. And of course, the castles are really old. That's partly one of the reasons why many people come to this country, It's known for that. Also, some residential buildings are super old. Like really, really old. Not 100 years old, but more. So, that was kind of shocking to me. Now I'm applying some protein mask in his scalp and some shampoo. I'm going to add, I just realized that I need to add some anti-hair loss serum. I'm gonna do that right now. I use this caffeine tonic. It's not a serum but a tonic. I have some of it in his shampoo, but I'll just add some in here, and also add a little bit more of conditioner. I don't get to do this treatment often, but when I do, I like to take my time. This is a chocolate full repair hair mask. I like to add it in there too. It really smells like chocolate. So, moving on with the culture shock. There's literally no small talk here. Like, no one will speak to you or try to get to know you. As I said in the first video that I first started talking about the culture shocks I've experienced here. People here really just keep to themselves. There's no spirit of, community, or I'm your neighbor, I'll, watch over your house, or, literally, I like to watch crime shows and I'm like, someone would die in this building and no one would know. They do not know when you're home or when you're back or when you leave. I literally just say hello and goodbye to my neighbors and that's it. They usually leave for summer, but it takes me a couple of weeks to know they're gone. It could actually take me a month to know, oh, it's summer and they're gone, because every summer I guess they go to their cottage. So I literally do not find out or realize they're gone until a couple of weeks or a month, so that is crazy. Or even when they get back in the winter, now they're back. It's an old couple. They're probably back 2 months now, but I just realized 2 weeks ago that, oh, they are back, Or if I hear their TV too loud, because in the middle of the night it's usually too loud, so then I'll be like, oh, they're back, People here do not, chit-chat a lot, talk about anything. They don't really want to try to get to know you, where you come from, what your name is, unless maybe you start the talk when they're complaining about something. I remember one time that same old lady, she asked me my name because she wanted to complain about us leaving our dog all day. We were new here, and the very first conversation she had with me basically was her complaining that I locked the door too hard in the morning when we're heading to church on Sunday. But her husband was very nice, but she was not very nice. Yeah, so in general, even though you live in a house, like an individual house and not an apartment like us, you'll most likely not interact with your neighbors at all. just do not respect time. Like literally when someone tells you let's meet at 10, just know you'll be meeting at midday or after lunch. You know, it's so annoying when you want to go somewhere. You know, you literally, if it's important, you have to just sit and wait. Even like a lunch break or something. If you tell someone let's meet over lunch and discuss something, just know you'll be meeting 2 hours later. So if you have other important things to do, it's better you get on with them first, because you know the other person will definitely not respect the time. It's crazy, because yeah, I see people keep time like so. Like my husband, for example, he usually says it's the German in him. He just likes to keep time in everything, which is a good thing. I think a lot of people from my country would benefit from. For example, my best friend cannot understand how we go to the airport 3 hours before boarding. She says, I just cannot do it. I cannot do it. So I'm like, so you'd rather be running and panicking? She's like, yep. You know, it doesn't make sense, but yeah, it's just, I guess, the East African in us somehow, or in her somehow. I want this mask to sit for a while and just marinate in his scalp. And just, you know, sit in there and, you know, giving his scalp all the necessary nutrients, because all the asthmas we do in his head, I think, dry out his scalp, and hence the breakouts and the whiteheads. So this is like the most. So when I got here, one thing that I noticed is people here are so serious about, you know, sorting their garbage. I remember when I got here, I worked for a lady. I was babysitting for her, and each time I was leaving in the evening, she would tell me, she'd give me like 3 bags, and she'd tell me, put this one in the plastics, and put this one in the recycle, and then put this one in the general, and then put this one in the glass. Please, 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 just follow those instructions. And in my mind, I would be like, is it really that serious? I mean, she would tell me with like this sternness, like strictness, like it's a matter of life and death. And one time, I remember she didn't pay me religious, so they're not at all religious, very few are, like very few, but most are not. Now, the rivers and lakes, there's not that many rivers, there's actually no rivers here, but there's a few lakes. But yeah, it was a little bit weird for me when I arrived to see that most lakes have pebbles and rocks and no sand at all. There are some lakes that they put artificial sand. They bring sand from elsewhere and they just dump it there. I didn't even know that was possible, but apparently they do that. Towards the banks of the lakes, they put sand from somewhere else. Crazy. Yeah, so I was a little bit taken aback by that. And people really go over there and they enjoy, like they're on a real beach, even though it's just a man-made lake. So anyone who's been to Africa knows that the directions, especially let's say 5 years ago, I wanted to say 10, but that's too far off. Let's say the last, basically 5 years ago, there really wasn't even Google Maps or anything like that, photos to mark a place. That had not happened yet. Let's say 5 years back. Right now, at least there's some kind of, address, but back then there wasn't. But yeah, it's not always been like that, especially when I got here. I completely couldn't take myself anywhere because just wrapping the addresses around my head was just mind-boggling because it's not something I was used to. So I would just always plan, and the fact that you cannot even ask somebody where you are if you're lost, because you risk someone being mean to you or insulting you. As I said earlier, some people here do not like to be spoken to in English. Kinda annoys them. I just remembered something funny. I'm on an expats page for expats women. All expats who moved from different countries to come live here, work here. And one lady just posted a funny message she got from her, I guess, gynecologist. And the gynecologist told her, "Hello to you in Czech. I am not paid to speak to you in English." I just saw that a couple of weeks ago and I laughed. So yeah, anyway, whenever I left the house, when I first got here, I would always panic because I'm oh my god, they do not speak English. The addresses are crazy. They're so foreign to me. And the fact that the addresses are so precise. But then that also means that there's so much information on one address, there's the street, there's the street number, there's the building number, there's a street name, building name if there's one. So that would really make me fear and panic. But I got used to it now. I know this next one is going to sound funny to some of you guys, but moving here, I found shower in the morning when they're going to work. Then when they come from work, they don't shower. They just, change clothes, have dinner, and die in the bed and sleep. I know we can make an exception for men, but I also noticed women do this, and they were very shocked that I showered in the morning and in the evening, even though I didn't work or go to work, and things like that, It's just, for me, I just couldn't understand how a woman could, spend the whole day probably working and not feel the need to shower in the evening when they come home. So yeah, that was really shocking to me. I did speak to a few experts and I was like, do you guys find that weird? And they said, oh girl, that's just one thing among other things that we wondered about when we got here ourselves. So it wasn't only me that found this weird. So when I got here, I found out also that there's so much commercialized nudity. Literally you can turn on past 9 p.m. you can turn on a TV channel and you're offered right there. It's in your face. I've never really, it blew my mind how easily accessible that was, because there are parents who work long week. They call it long week and short week, and sometimes they sleep at work, so basically they leave the children home alone. Let's say the children are above 10, so they can be left home. And I wonder, don't the kids watch this? I know they do, but this doesn't worry some parents, I guess. I do find that it's something that I've really noticed over a long period of time living here, that most parents cease to parent, basically, be a parent when the kid turns around 10, 11, 12. They just let them do them. They do not give them any guidance, speak to them, tell them what to do and what not to do. And I guess I can say because most of them are not home and they are working, but that's really not a good excuse. So you'll be hearing, I was speaking to some experts, the company I was employed at, and they would tell me just their experiences with that over lunch break. They would be like, yeah, they just feel that the child is basically grown. Some even as early as when the child leaves the wheelchair. They're like, that's it. My job is done, I'm not doing anything else. I've done, 4 or 5 years and that's it. So you find that kids are doing such crazy things here that you just, coming from another country, you cannot wrap your head around. But to them it's pretty normal for kids to behave that way, smoking at a very young age, being rude and insulting to parents in public. It's okay, it's really seen as fine by some people here. But if you're a foreigner and you're like, wow, that's just the worst thing, So guys, I have to end this video here.